Good day, everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is Alana Palmer and I run Mom Makeup Beauty Boutique. So today we're talking about eyeshadow tips for hooded eyes. So if you don't know what hooded eyes are, it's this fold of skin that kind of droops or hangs, folds over the other part of your eyelid. Sounds weird. It's a thing though, trust me. So as you can see, when I close my eyes, there's like a fold of skin there. If I do this, it goes away. Hooded eyes are often genetic. And they are also can be age related. And if you're someone like me, they are because of both. So there are a few tips I can give you guys for doing eyeshadow for hooded eyes that will help open your eye up and make it look wider. And there are some differences that you need to do if that's your goal. I'm also going to show you how to do an everyday look for hooded eyes because sometimes we don't want to go over the top with our eye makeup. We just want to look a little bit more alert, alive, awake, enthusiastic. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Let me see if I can zoom in here so that it'll be easier for you guys to see. Oh, I don't know that that's gonna work. Okay, instead I might just lean in and move my camera a little closer. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is apply an eyeshadow primer. For hooded eyes, this is super important because with that little fold of skin that sits over top of the rest of your lid, it can cause your eye makeup to transfer, to crease. And those of us that have seemingly oily eyelids, this is awesome for preventing eyeshadow creasing. It also helps keep your colors a little bit more vibrant. So put it on both eyelids. You can just apply it with your finger. And if your hands are cold like mine, it's actually almost like a nice little eye massage. Okay, the palette I'm going to use today, which I feel like embodies everyday eyeshadow, is Addiction Shadow Palette 1. You can see I love this palette. I use it a lot. And I'm going to stick with the mattes. When I opened it up, I haven't used it in a while, and I was torn because I love some of these shimmery colors. But I'm going to stick with the matte today. I will talk to you about how you can use the shimmers in place. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Deluxe eye brush. You can see it's a pretty wide brush because this base color I'm going to put everywhere. So if you would rather use a shimmer or a satin like this one, go ahead and just make sure you're staying in the light colors because it's going over our entire lid. You want to keep the color light. So whether it's a light pink or a light beige, regardless of whether it has shimmers or not, or blue, green. Some of you are super brave with your colors. I said I was going to lean in, didn't I? Okay, so this sticks like glue to the eyeshadow primer, which is why I like using a nice matte color as a base. Actually, I'll often sometimes use the Cream Shadow Victorious because it is a perfect base to even out your eyelid color. Now look at that. See how it evened out the tone? I love it for a base. I just think it's really pretty. It's called Elated, and it's part of Addiction Eyeshadow Palette 1. So the other reason I'm sticking with a matte eye today is because some of you have said to me, Alana, not only do I have hooded eyes from genetics, I have hooded eyes because of aging, and I've been told I can't wear shimmers. And while I would say that is not true for the most part, you just want to avoid shimmers in your crease. But you people that have messaged me about this have also said, I really just want to stick to mattes. So that's what I'm going to do. So you can see I'm really kind of just patting it on rather than swiping. And that gets really good coverage, makes it stick to the eyeshadow primer that's already there. Okay, that is that. So the next step we are going to do is a transition color. Now this is where the technique is really important for hooded eyes. I am going to use this one here, kind of a medium brown called Chipper. Chipper, part of Addiction Eyeshadow Palette 1. I'm taking my fluffy crease brush and I'm just putting a little bit on the end of it. I don't know if you guys can see that. I tap off the excess. Now, you can do this with your eyes open. In fact, it actually works better if you do because then you can see where your crease is. And that's where we want to stay above. For hooded eyes, you don't want to push this color into your crease because what that will do essentially is close your eye even further. So with hooded eyes, we have this teeny tiny little bit of real estate we have to work with because our fold kind of takes up a little bit of the room. So we want to not cover that little bit of space with darkness. We want to keep that bright, which is why your base color was nice and light. So you can see with my eye open, doing this with my eye open, and then when my eye stays open, so when I'm talking to someone, you can see the color. It's very subtle, but that, what it does is it opens your eye up. Okay, now we'll do the other side just a little bit. We don't need a lot. So I'm going with the browns from this palette. You could, in this transition color, you can go with pinks, you can go browns like I'm using, grays are really pretty, purples, whatever color you want, but this is the one that you want to make sure it's a matte for hooded eyes. If you don't have hooded eyes, I gotta say, the sky's the limit. You guys can use any matte, any finish. You can use matte, satin, shimmer, but hooded eye girls, we gotta stick to matte for this stage. I'm trying to even them out. I feel like this side has a little bit more. And so if you're like me, the most time consuming part of eyeshadow application can be making them look the same. I think I've almost got it. So for an everyday look, you guys, this is where I would stop with the eyeshadow, but I want to show you for an everyday look what else you can do to brighten, widen your eyes. Look at all the dishes in the back here. I move this way. No, because they're over there too. I haven't done dishes yet today. I have to because we're having company for supper. I'll get to it. It just hasn't been a priority. I had things to do today. Okay, so back to the hooded eye tips. Tight lining. If you guys have ever seen any of my tip videos, you know that I am a firm believer in tight lining. So if you do not have sensitivities to eyeliner pencils, I would recommend using a pencil for this step. I personally can't. They irritate my eyes. All eyeliner pencils do. I don't know what it is. So I'm going to show you what I use, but you can do exactly what I'm going to do next with a pencil. And if you use one of these precision pencils, you guys, they glide on so smooth. There's no tugging, no pulling, which is exactly what you want for this tight lining step. So tight lining, we're not going to do the bottom. I'm going to do the top, and I will lean in so you guys can see. I'm using this color. It's called Magnificent. It's a splurge cream shadow. I'm using that because it's waterproof and it's super gentle, so it's not going to irritate my eye. So with the tight lining, what we're doing is going underneath our eyelashes. So remember I said we don't want to take up this valuable space up here with darkness. So a thick eyeliner is no good for hooded eyes. If you're going to use an eyeliner for hooded eyes on the top, do it tight lining like I am, or use a liquid one where you can do a super fine line, push right into your lash line. Okay, tight lining, here we go. I'm going to have to, so I don't bump myself. Okay. Go ahead and blink as much as you need to during this step. Do you guys see the difference already? Holy smokes. Hopefully, did I have the mirror in the way there? Look at the difference. So do you see how it completely plumps up my lash line, but it didn't take up any of my valuable space up there, the little bit that I have? You guys probably can't hear them. My girls are here today. They're being so quiet right now. I think they're all trying to get a treat. We'll see how generous I feel after. They're playing a game. Okay, I'm gonna do the other eye. Voila, that's it. So if you're using a pencil, just run it back and forth. Same motion I did with the angle brush or the eyeliner brush, but using a pencil. Okay, now if you are going to do anything under your eye, I'm not going to today. Again, you can use these shadows, and that provides a real softness. That makes me want to. I don't think I brought out the right brush. Oh, I did. I could use this brush. So I would even go with this chipper and just do a really soft little bit underneath. Kind of ties the top and the bottom together. If you're going for a really nude, neutral look, you don't have to do anything under your eye. Now, the last step for hooded eyes that is an absolute must is mascara, because mascara lengthens your lashes and it opens your eyes super wide. Now, if you've never tried an eyeshadow or an eyelash primer, you're in for a treat. So this will make your lashes even longer and thicker than just mascara on its own. It's super simple to use. You can see same kind of wand as mascara, but it's white. So what this does is it coats your lashes before you put on your mascara. Can you see that? Making them longer and thicker. So your mascara has something to stick to, a wider base basically. And then I find too that the eyelash primer helps keep your mascara in place. Another quick tip that I just learned and I'm loving is if you have a tendency to get mascara under your eyes, say it runs or it smudges, if you go under your eyes with your eyeshadow primer, the very first thing I use to kind of keep everything in place, if you dab a little bit under your eyes, it will prevent your mascara from running and smudging under your eyes. It's probably the best tip I've ever heard for that. I personally like to use setting powder and a blurring powder, which works pretty well. And honestly, the combination of the two, like, it was amazing. You don't get any transfer at all. Your mascara doesn't move. I think the eyeshadow primer soaks up any excess oils. So much like it prevents creasing on oily lids, it prevents mascara from getting under your eye as well. So do you see how the mascara totally opens up your eye? So for hooded eyes, this is a super important step. You want to make sure that you're applying mascara. I like black. If you're like me and you're fair and you really just want a really nude, natural look, you could opt for brown as well. I'm using the 4D. It only comes in black right now, but the Epic comes in brown as well, and also a waterproof version. What a difference mascara makes. If you haven't tried this mascara and you want to, shoot me a message. Better yet, if you want to sell this mascara, make a little money on the side, let me know. I would be happy to tell you all about it. It's a lot of fun, you guys. And who doesn't need a good mascara? And look at all the makeup tips I've learned the last few years. I can't imagine how I got by without them. Okay, so that's it. A really easy, basic look for hooded eyes. If you're wanting to go more elaborate, and say you're going out or whatever, you can darken the areas, the transition area that we did, and then a little bit more to the outside. Just don't get too far into your crease or on your lid with darkness, because that will close your eyes. Okay, everyone, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed those tips. I'm gonna go do my dishes and get ready for company. Shoot me a message if you have any questions. Bye for now.